Hello students, in this video I will explain two questions from the worksheet which I have already provided to you. Okay, so let's start with it. Basically all the questions in your worksheet are being explained in the classes itself, but two questions I think are not explained during the videos, so I think I will explain these two questions now. And the other questions, please go through the videos properly. All the answers are there in the videos itself. Means the bond order, ascending order of O2 minus, O2 2 minus, O2 plus. Then the bond order, ascending order or descending order of N2 plus. All these things are being explained during the videos only. Other you have to find the structure by VACPR. All these are being explained. Okay, only these two questions, I think question number C and question number N. Question number C and question number N are not explained during the videos. So I think I will explain these two questions in this video. Okay, so first is question number N. Question number N is basically a sum. Question number N is basically a sum. Remember one thing, that percentage ionic character is equal to observed dipole moment by calculated dipole moment into 100. This is the formula. Now, in question number N, it is said that the dipole moment of HBr is 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 30. It is said 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 30. This is considered as mu observed. The inter-atomic spacing, which is considered as D, is said to be 1.41 angstrom. And remember one thing, 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So 1.41 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter will be the interatomic spacing. You have to find the calculated dipole moment by charge into, you know that the formula of dipole moment is charge into distance between the centers of the positive or negative charges. So it is the electronic charge, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb into 1.41 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. This will give you 2.26 into 10 to the power minus 29 coulomb meter. This is the mu ionic. So the percentage ionic character will be mu observed by mu ionic into 100%. Mu observed will be 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 30. Mu ionic is 2.26 into 10 to the power minus 29 into 100%. This will give you, this calculation will give you a value of 0.1150, which we will consider as 0.12. So the answer will come as 12%. So this is the percentage ionic character, and this is how you will calculate the percentage ionic character of this type of sums. This is question number N. Next I will come to question number C. question number C states that nitrogen forms trichlorides only, whereas phosphorus forms trichlorides as well as pentachlorides. Now look at nitrogen. Nitrogen in the ground state has outer electronic configuration of 2s2 2p3. Can you see any other vacant orbital present where where one electron from 2s can be excited to that? No. Nitrogen do not contain vacant energetically accessible d orbitals. So excuse me. So there is no question of the excited state. There are 3 unpaired electrons and nitrogen will form 3 bonds with the 3 chlorine atoms itself. So it will only form NCl3, that is nitrogen trichloride. Whereas in phosphorus, the ground state 3s 3p3 3d. Phosphorus has vacant energetically accessible 3d orbitals. So here phosphorus will form, here there are 3 unpaired electrons. So here the valency of phosphorus is 3. So it can form PCl3, and phosphorus in excited state, 1 electron from 3s will get promoted to the 3d on absorbing energy. So 3s 3p and 3d. This is the condition. See, there are 5 unpaired electrons, hence it will form bonds with 5 Cl atoms. Remember, all are sigma bonds. This is the case of PCl5. As a result, phosphorus can form trichlorides as well as pentachlorides, but nitrogen will form only trichloride. So why? Because nitrogen do not have vacant accessible d orbitals where electron can be promoted and nitrogen can go to excited state. But phosphorus has vacant energetically accessible 3d orbitals, so phosphorus can absorb energy and 1 electron of phosphorus can get promoted to the 3d orbitals. So phosphorus can go to its first excited state. So it can form 5 bonds because 5 unpaired electrons were present. Okay, so these are the 2 questions I think I have not explained during the videos. So I have explained these 2 questions here. There are many other questions like you have to find the formal charge, you have to find the hybridization. All these things I have explained in the videos itself. There are questions like you have to show the hybridization of ethylene, which I have showed completely with the help of the orbitals, means the overlapping of the orbitals. You have to show those portions where if this question comes in the examination. Okay, then the bond orders, this bond order, ascending order, descending order, these are very important questions. So these have been explained with the calculation of bond orders itself during the videos. The last question of the worksheet was to show the energy diagram of the molecular orbitals. Energy diagram of the molecular orbitals means the way I have shown the combination of molecular orbitals with the diagrams having energy in the axis. You have in the y-axis like this, you have to write the word E or energy. That is important. And you have to show the arrow that it increases in the upward direction. Okay, so all these things are very important. Nitrogen, oxygen, very important. Okay, so all these things are important for your exam. The worksheet is very important for your exam. Study the videos properly, listen to the videos properly, study the worksheet questions very properly and understand them clearly, because those are very important for your upcoming examination. Okay, so here the chapter ends, and okay, so I'll come up with the next chapter later. So thank you.